Kwa majina naitwa kama Wairimu Waweru, nafanya kazi NYC. Tumeleta hili kipindi chetu cha Sawazisha Gumzo, hii area ya Bungoma County. Our main aim is to talk to our youth, the youth in this county, so that they can advocate for us on matters teenage pregnancies. We've realized that it's become a menace. Everywhere we go, we have made it our job to actually bring out this issue. Talk about what is causing this problem. Talk about what are some of the issues we can be able to bring out as solutions to eradicate this menace. Because at the end of the day, sisi kama vijana, sio future ya kesho. Sisi ni future ya saizi. And we all have a responsibility to this issue. So we want to empower our youth in this area so that they can become champions and touch lives of other youths out there. So wacha tuone leo kutakuwa aje. Shukran. Kiwa hapa mimi siongei. Sawa, we need our girls in school. We need our girls where? In school. And that is why this discussion, we also hold it with the boy child. Because again, bila huyu boy child, huyu girl child hangejipata wapi? Hangejipata hapo, sio? So it is said during 3 months of lockdown, 152,000 Kenyan teenage girls became pregnant, which is a 40% increase in the monthly average, which also indicates that 1 in every 5 girls between 15 to 19 years is either pregnant or is already a mother. 1 in every how many girls? 5. 5. One of us is either pregnant or is a mother. In Kajiado County itself, actually, it's no longer 1 to 5. It's 2. 2 girls in every 5. Yeah? In Western itself, nimesoma mahali nasema Bungoma. Yeah? Bungoma, we are very active. We are very active. I know there are various reasons that lead to that, and that is why now I want us to discuss. Why am I discussing this with you? I am discussing this with you. We are discussing with each other so that ukitoka hapa, utaenda uongeleshe mtu. Ukibadilisha hata huyo mmoja, will it make a difference? Will it make a difference? Ukiongelesha hata ule mmoja hivi, na umbadilishe mawazo, will you have made a difference? Sio? So I want us to start from that point. So now let's talk about this county. Let us talk about this teenage pregnancy. Ni nini inasababisha?
Lack of basic needs from their parents.
Wenye shule zimefungwa, vijana wengi wamerudi wakakaa nyumbani. Hawako busy na wamerudi saa hiyo wanakuwa entertained na hizi movies zenye ziko nyumbani. So after mtoto amekuwa hivyo, wewe unafikiria nini ana expect after? Akitoka hapo anaenda mtaani, they mingle, they call each other. A discussion ni kwamba they want to test whatever they have. Mbona? So hiyo ndio imekuwa issue na ndio wanakuwa so active that way, results in hizo.
Most of the children, they are sent maybe in the evening to the shop, and on the way they meet men on the way. These children are being raped anonymously. Most of them from the shop, they are not telling their parents that they have been raped. One, they keep quiet about it. Then it takes a longer period. You see a child has been raped by somebody you don't know long time ago, and 1 month you are realizing that the child is pregnant. That's also a major issue.
Parents are going to job, they leave the children at home. Children get in young relationship, and in the process they get pregnant.
Idleness, we've had the issue of parenting and peer pressure.
Exposure of these young girls to men. Like for example, because of financial instability in our homes, that is poverty. These young girls are forced to go looking for maybe some sort of employment, or maybe they are sent to hawk around some goods, like for example food. So these young ladies are exposed to these men. Some of them will force them into like sex so that they can purchase their goods, and they end up now becoming pregnant. And on that issue also, another challenge is lack of role models. We are having moral decadence right now in our societies. So our young ladies are being exposed to pornographic materials, something that is forcing them to have sexual urge. At the end of the day, they become pregnant.
Wewe kujisikia wewe ni mwanaume. Does that play part?
Jina ni Shadrack Makoha Kasawa. I cannot concur with the point that you've said that kujisikia kwamba wewe ni mwanaume, because in our culture it reaches a stage whereby kuna kuanga na hiyo circumcision period, and during that period a boy child is normally taught on how to conduct himself in a manner befitting that he is mature, and what he's supposed to be what he's supposed to do is wrong, what he's supposed to do. So I don't think as that one, as if it's the major reasons why it has led to unless if the boy in question is a drug addict.
This thing is happening. What do you think we should do about it? What should we do about it as a champion, as a youth kama wewe sasa, wewe mwenyewe kibinafsi?
The community to be sensitized. To be sensitized and maybe, I don't know, but to be trained and told that this one is wrong. If you have money or don't have money, but when something is wrong, it should be wrong, and natakana watu tu waende koti.
The situation is a bit disturbing now that you find our colleagues who are being involved in this situation. When they mess up, you take them to court. You find that they are taken as if it's a simple case of the matter, you see. So our prisons are congested, our schools are closed, our churches are closed. You find that it's only maybe the government has to come up with an alternative way, like making these kids very busy. For example, hii kazi mtaani yenye imekuja juzi, wasiangalie age ya kusema eti huyu kijana sijui lazima akuwe 18 and above. Waangalie the active stage ya mtoto ambapo attain that age of 12. Once anakuwa active, akuwe involved kwa community matters. To sometime akuwe wana provide these services kwa easy.
Do we have kangaroo courts here?
Huyu amefanya makosa huku chini, you have realized that this person seriously has done a mess to this child. But when you are taking this person to court, nothing is being done to him. You better, so they decide to do it at home. That's why you are referring it at kangaroo court. And when you are in the court, seriously they will not deal with the matter.
We want to impact you in one way or another. Theo, now up to where we've gotten to, do you think there's a problem? Is there a problem? We've discussed that yes, the issue is there. We've discussed that yes, these are the reasons. We've discussed that regardless, hata ukifanya hivi kuna changamoto, ukifanya hivi kuna changamoto. So then, what do we do about it?
My name is Paul Maloba. I'll begin with the issues with the sanitary towels. I've partnered with some, these ladies who do modeling. They are very good structures on dealing with the girl child. So they are doing that in Busia County, Bungoma, Siaya, and in Eldoret. So every month I've tried to look for some friends so that we can buy a package going for 50 shillings. If somebody can afford to buy 3 packs or so, at the end of the month we are targeting 360 girls every month to give out the sanitary towels, and bringing on board more well-wishers, people of goodwill, so that they can stand with us, they can stand with the girls, so that we can do that. And also we are using the social platforms. We have formed WhatsApp groups, and it's only that I didn't bring on board this point, but I've come to realize during our times when we were in school, it was so hard for us to acquire a phone, Today we have very many good standard phones, smartphones, and you'll find even a child of in class 6 has a smartphone. I was even shocked to see my brother with a smartphone when he viewed one of my status. So you'll come to realize that the parents are also relaxed. They don't care about the young people, provided they are not disturbing them. They feel so okay. So it's better for them to and you'll find that what they are viewing on the phone is some literature that does not help or does not build their life. And from the case scenarios that we've had, we also watched on TV. You'll find that there's a boy who impregnated 2 sisters, and what were they doing before that act? So there's something that they were doing that really activated that act to happen. So as a person, I've really tried to find out what are these needs for the girls. So we are giving out sanitary towels, and we did that in Budalangi when they had the floods, because that is where the young people, the men take advantage. And Amwai brought this issue very well. We have been empowering the girl child, but forgetting how the boy will deal with the empowered girl. So what they are doing is really fighting back. So if we don't venture into the perpetrators or the culprits, so to say, then we'll find that you empower somebody. Just as the demonstrations that happen, we have seen people going to the streets and they know the police have the guns. So the boys will still take advantage of the girls. And at some point also the girls have let it to go. In terms of people say poverty, but I don't blame poverty. You don't get into something, then you say because I'm poor. There are people who are poor and they're very happy. They don't go telling people we are poor and that. They have accepted the way they are. So the girls have also, when they have the smartphone, they see what happens on social media. So they're up in arms, competing with other girls who are from very well established families. And we find from doing that, you want to compete with them by looking for other things that can bring you at par with them. So by doing that, you get into such things. We have to also look at how, and also this period of COVID, I've come to realize that also the teachers played a very good role with dealing with the girl back at school. So if they were in school, there is like they are in custody. So you'll not find these things coming on board. So that is what I've done personally, and I want to thank the National Youth Council for also bringing these assistance to us, and also creating this sensitization so that as we go forward, we can really touch more girls going forward.
At the national level, I think you should amalgamate all the organizations and partners that are willing to help this girl child address such kind of issues. So as National Youth Council, we are organized from the village level up to the national level. It's up to you as the organization. I want to be honest enough. I will not provide that time because it should be well organized, sponsored by the government, so that it can run a program of if it's 3 months, 3 weeks, it will create an impact.
But bottom line, don't I also have a responsibility to do something and change the whole blame game and hold that ideology and change it into now me being able to make it as Wairimu? How many people have you met wenye tuseme labda wazazi wao by bad luck they passed on? Maybe they dropped out of school, but today they've been able to make it.
This is already with us. And so if we go on blaming each other on maybe what has happened, at the end of the day, we will have not helped. So at this point, let us treat these cases. Put yourself in that shoe of those maybe early pregnancies. Treat that case as your own. Assume that is your daughter, or assume that is your sister. Even if it is a neighbor or maybe somewhere, maybe just on the neighborhood, treat it as your own case with a lot of seriousness that it needs. Now that we are moving out of here, I remember even in the Bible, Jesus did not teach everyone. He just had a section of people. Like for example, he had the 12 disciples. And then from the 12 disciples, the gospel spread to so many people. Today we are sitting here and we want to behave like now the 12 disciples of Jesus. When we move out of this place, let us go and spread the gospel of uprooting early pregnancies in our societies once and for all. And this, we can only do this by going to the root cause of all this and ensure that if there's any way, like for example, in Bokusland, this August, we are having what we call circumcision activities going on. We will also be having alcohol in the place. And you know, these young girls and these young boys, when they engage themselves in such kind of activities, at the end of the day, they will participate in these activities that will lead to early pregnancies. So if you come from the neighborhood where we are having this circumcision or these ceremonies going on, talk to those young boys and girls. Let them know the consequences of engaging in those activities, and we'll have saved the day.
Try and make change in the smallest ways possible that we will be able to. Hata kama ni kubadilisha huyo mmoja, you will have done something. These are reusable sanitary pads. It is to cater for that issue of transactional sex. Whereby unapata mtoto wa kike anafanya hilo jambo ndio aweze kununua nini? Aweze kununua pad. So the beauty about this pad is that, what do I mean by recyclable? By recyclable, I mean you can use it more than one time. Si kama hii unanunua 50 shilling ukitumia unatupa. Hii unaweza ukaitumia up to 3 years. Okay? But we say in the organization up to 1 year. Sawa? And when you look at it, it soaks very well. Yeah? And after that, it is very hygiene. And after that, you wash it and you take care of it and maintain it very well. Sawa? And it will serve you for a very long period of time. There is a reason as to why I'm discussing about menstrual health even with the boy child. Because a girl should be able to feel comfortable around a boy during that time. Women go through a lot of challenges during that time, that period time. Unapata anaumwa na tumbo, unapata labda hana pad, unapata mambo mengi sana yanatokea kwa hiyo wakati. But does it mean pia mtoto wa kiume ukipata mtoto wa kike ameharibu nguo, utamcheka na upoint? Should you be able to do that? You shouldn't do that. So let's work together with regards to this. So what I'm going to do in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to take you through how to use this pad. Okay? Pad has 8 pieces, from the smallest to the biggest, depending on the flow. The flows are different, yeah? The menstrual flows are different. You will find there's the daytime, there's also the night time. Because with women at night, you tend to flow more. Sawa? These pads you can actually use up to 8 hours. But again, depending with the flow. At the back they have two pins. Okay? So unaiweka tu vizuri kwa suruali ya ndani kama kawaida tu, pad ya kawaida, then you get to adjust with these back buttons. Sawa? A bag. This bag is, after you change your pad, unaifunga tu vizuri so that if there is any bacteria that is here, you can be able to wash it out. So make sure you soak it and you wash it before you use it first. Also for absorbency, for it to be able to absorb. So once you've been able to do that, after the first use, there is a way you fold it. Unaifunga hivi, then kuna hizi buttons za hapa kando unafunga, unaingiza kwa hii mfuko na unabeba. Sawa? Ukifika nyumbani, you first soak it for 15 minutes in cold water. Once you soak it, the period will go up. Okay? Then you pour that water, put another water, clean water, wash it with soap, hang it dry kwa jua ndio ikauke. It will take you 2 to 3 hours kukauka. After that, you can use it. And please do not share. You cannot share these things. This item is per person. Sawa?
And we must actually appreciate our national office, the CEO and the team for ensuring that at least the youth are rightfully involved in the programs. And we believe that going forward it will help the youth, especially you realize that we have all the youth who are at home right away from high schools, colleges and other learning institutions. So it means we have to still to do much more across the country. And this one is just a very good call that we will want to have more programs, similar programs going on. And moving forward, we really want to ask more support from other partners to ensure that the youth are rightfully at the center of this problem. Talking about teenage pregnancy, everybody is aware kwamba we have a real problem, and the problem must be actually solved, including the youth themselves. And this one will be a great milestone in terms of ensuring that the culture is protected, and as well as the culprit, who's a boy child, gets to know that what he is doing is wrong to the young girl.
My name is Vienna Wanaswa, and today I want to thank the National Youth Council for coming to Bungoma County. We thank you for teaching us how to sanitize. You've brought us the sanitizers. We are going to sanitize, and we are going to stay safe in this COVID season. And we also hope that you will come back soon. Thank you.
We need to advocate. We need to do something about it. Ukiwa mtoto wa kike, ukiwa mtoto wa kiume, it does not choose. We are all affected in one way or another, directly or indirectly. Tafadhali, let us take responsibility. Let us stop pointing fingers to the parent, to the teacher, to the government, to anybody else. Ni jukumu lako kama wewe kufanya jambo kuhusu hili jambo. Thank you.